Okay, up first. Got Alex. Alex, I think you're actually in chat still as well. If not, I hope all is well. No, I actually see you. I see you. You're lurking in the shadows. So this material is pretty sick. 100% procedural concrete floor tiles. Fastest 10 minutes you've ever seen, Fear. Don't you know, in my world, time moves faster. Doesn't explain why I'm still working on that temple scene, but you know. Imagine if the time was normal. So, this is a pretty cool material. Breakup is nice. Oh, using your new little logo thing as well. It's for a scene you're working on. I'm trying to figure out what you do with... This is a little on the picky side, but like... Whoops. Grabbing this detail. Like this logo. And seeing if you can like... integrating it more so it's not so... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I think... I'm trying to solve the problem that is... that I can't delete that layer. That there's very little room, and you have like two logos competing with your material. I think I think those should maybe be on another image somewhere, or giving your image more room and then making it smaller. Just not so like, yeah, just lower opacity, maybe smaller, and then you'd probably be good. So these cracks are pretty nice. In this area, it gets a little confusing, especially over here, because you're starting to get cracks that are conflicting with what's happening. Let's see if we can get into a little bit more here. So like in here, I'm not sure. Like I guess here we can draw on it and I can show you. So that is not a good color for this. There we go. So let's say that is its own, right? Like this, I think is its own. But then this piece confuses me. And then I know that this is its own. This is its own. And then I guess this is... So I think what's happening is this piece here, this guy, is like resting on top, right? Yeah, it definitely makes some room in the sphere image. So when you have pieces that are like this, I think you should leave those for... They're not square. Everything is telling me it's square. Like these, if these are square, everything should be square, right? But it's just, I guess it's conflicting with the way that the tiles are put together. Ignore me. Ignore me. Oh, thank you, Leon. Yeah, I think if this is, say for example, this piece is actually just resting on top of other pieces because it's been moved or something, I would definitely make that a mesh itself. And then I think the only other things I would point out is value difference between the stones. Not too much, but just enough that they kind of separate themselves a little bit from each other. It might be okay. It might be all right. The dirt, however, feels like it's got the same roughness and maybe could be like broken up a little bit more from the tile itself. And then the little pebble rock pieces are very like samey looking. They look like they were thrown into the, you know what I mean? Looks like they were thrown onto the surface instead of like being created through. Yeah, this was Photoshop. Lamerdo, how you doing? Hope everything is well in your world. Tomorrow's Friday for hopefully everyone because we're all on the same planet. Friday's coming. Friday is coming. Yeah, so I think the roughness on the dirt and the little pebbles, if the pebbles could be grounded a little bit more into the surface of like where they're coming from, because those pebbles probably would be coming from the tiles, right? Now they're chipping and stuff. Friday. Yeah. Pretty interesting though. I like the material and the presentation's pretty nice. I think giving some more breathing room on this, and it looks like you're using that plugin. I need to use that. For anyone who doesn't know, there is a someone made a plugin for free, right? That allows you to get this look out of Substance Designer. It's like a nice presentation. If not, you did it yourself, and that's awesome too. It's a good way to show all the maps. F-Day. Pretty cool, man. All right. Bogdan. Doru Bogdan. Sword. Whoa, that's a serious. Yeah, post it in the Discord resources page, and then yeah, it's a dope name, right? And then post it in chat too for anyone who's immediately curious. And then when I say hey, you say, oh, let's see here. Oh, Leo Lux messaging me. In our Discord, if you go to resources and you go to the little pin here, there's this guy. You click that, opens up this bad boy. This is the thing I'm talking about. They post it in here. So he's going to post the link right in here. There it is. Later, someone will grab that link and then put it in Substance Designer. And you see all these things get broken out into like their own little things. Custom nodes probably will go in there. And there's tons of stuff in here, guys. Tons of stuff. We're gathering everything that you guys put in there, and if it's at least somewhat informative, it'll go in here. Not gonna lie, Substance Designer gets you hot and bothered. I know the feel, man. I know the feel. So, this sword, pretty cool looking. The lighting is really, oh, I see. There's like a weird, interesting. I'm not. All right, so if I double click, it'll reset. So this is the shot you were going for, and I guess you wanted a washed out look from this fog light. That's so cool they have that now. Let's see what's going on in the maps here. Dang, look at that detail. That's interesting. Poly count looks pretty good. It's a little high in some areas, but I mean, if you need it to curve around things, you need it to curve around things. So in the albedo, I guess it's because it's metal. That's okay. Let's see here. It's very washed looking. Those details are nice though. I'd swing this, or I'd try to. Oh, Reddington with the spam. What's up, man? Hey, son. Cool details. I think so. Having it straight up like that, little tough to look at. I think if it was more angled, then you could also get some interesting stuff where like this little tassel on the end there could be hanging down, like being treated by gravity. Could be pretty interesting. Hey, Pro, how you doing? But yeah, cool. I don't have too much to say on it. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's a little washed, and I think right now that doesn't really feel like metal, but it also feels like it's supposed to be a little stylized. So, you know, I mean, in these images, it's really interesting, dude. And I love the addition of the post effects. That angle is really intriguing as well. See, this angle should be the pose in the viewer, the 3D viewer. The chaos. Ooh, that's nice. That looks cool. Interesting prop. I like it. I don't have too much to say on it. I mean, maybe defining your materials a little bit more to separate them out from each other would probably be nice. But that's like making this metal look different from this metal. Love the wear and aging that's going on in there. Just getting them to separate themselves more would be nice. All right. I know this is Kyle. Dude, this is looking cool, man. I'm still like, it's tilted, right? The boat is tilted. So like you're going to have to get like the liquid in the bottles all tilted, and like I would definitely, even though you're still in like this like propping pass, tilt those chandeliers or those lights. And I still don't know. I can't remember. Did you say it was tilted or no? Hey, again, thanks to everyone who's hanging out. There's like it says 71 people are in here. You guys are crazy. Thanks for hanging out. Try and do this every Monday and Thursday if you guys want to keep chilling around the same time, 7:30 to 9. Oh, man. Mr. Amand himself. Thanks for the follow, dude. How you doing? Hope things are good. Join us. Join the Empire. Cool. But so this scene's looking pretty good. I think maybe a little bit more chaos could be nice. I'm in a call with my parents. Oh, man. I'll hear the feedback after. Sounds fine, man. You can rewind later. I'm going to keep going. Dude, I love the map with the knives in it. That's freaking great. Super cool. Detail on the ceiling. I have some friends that would be quite happy about the fact that you're taking the time to detail a ceiling. Usually ceilings can be quite flat and boring. So good on you. What is going on with this song? Oh no. Can't do it. Yeah, just add some more like propping to break up these edges and stuff. I mean, you can do that after you get the texture pass and all this. Overall, it's looking pretty cool. Compositionally, it's really interesting. And I love that there's a hammock in the back corner. It's a nice way to break up the symmetry of the scene. Get some asymmetry in there. Nice books. It's a great pickup line. Nice books. I like your books. What does that even mean? Oh, snap. I was talking to you earlier, buddy. Welcome to the Discord, by the way. You're one of the newer people who has joined. Lion's Den. This is my recreation of the Lion Eyes Watch from Path of Exile. I need to play more of that game just to understand it more. It's a good game. It just it was a bad time, I guess, to try it out. So let's go ahead and invert this. So you guys know the drill, right? I'm going to make a layer behind here and just fill it with that green. And then we're going to double click this layer, and we're going to just clip the blacks out of this image to show you how dark your screenshot is. So wherever this is super green, it's like a neon, like green, yellow, something. Yeah. Where it's like that, you want to make sure that there's information there. Because you can always make it darker later, right? But if it's too dark, there's no information to pull from. So like if I start to level this out, you can see it can't really find any information in there. It's just gonna get all crunchy. The other thing is your histogram. Let's screenshot this. I talk about this from time to time. you want your histogram to be more along the lines of this. So, something like that. Maybe we can just get a little picky with the smoothing. I'm like, is that all I get for smoothing? Come on. Come on, guys. There's no smoothing in there at all. Anyways, you essentially want very little blacks, but you want some black value here. And then you want most of your scene to be in the mid to like starting to get high range, and then right as it's starting to peak into the super bright, it cuts off, because like what we were talking about just a second ago with it going too dark. Let me do this again. With it going too dark also happens in the other direction, and as you can see, it doesn't happen until about right here, and it's happening in this little effect here, whereas like it should be happening there and maybe where there's fire and light sources. That's where all of that's going to go down. So like, this is, let's see here. Keep that same old feeling. Something like that, roughly. Maybe, let's see here. Just going to do this. So you got to be real careful about these dark values. That's where the bounce light really comes in handy. In general, this is pretty interesting. I don't know the scene. Maybe it's in... Maybe the original is in here. I have no idea. Oh. This is where you first start, isn't it? Like you wash up here and then you... isn't it? I don't know. Either way. Like this is really interesting. And dude, I love this tarp stuff here. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. Looks cool. Yeah, marvelous designer. Yeah, buddy. But yes. Very cool. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, wow. So seeing that ambient occlusion as well, I have returned. So we just finished yours. I didn't want to skip it. But you can, if you go into my VOD section, you can actually rewind back, even though it's live right now. Believe that. Let's see here. So I'm going to just levels this a bit. So your AO, you probably want to be more like that. You want like the crevices to be dark and the primary shapes to not have so much ambient occlusion in them. It's more about the crevices and whatnot. Because right now, see, it's very washed. That's not really ambient occlusion. It's just some like it's a light powdering of ambient occlusion, I guess you could say. And the byproduct of this being so light like this might have a lot to do with the fact that your scene is so dark, right? So when you balance your ambient occlusion, look at it in only ambient occlusion and then try and get that to look correct. And then if your scene is too dark, then you actually brighten your scene up, because the ambient occlusion is its own thing. Tie-dye, dude, 10 bones. Thanks, man. As someone who will be going into their final year of game design this September. Dude, September is my birthday month. Fancy, you're going to be 33 this year. What's the best way to efficiently practice over the summer? I'm an environment artist, so I should focus on many smaller scenes or on a large one. Or one larger one. Okay, straight up, if you're strapped for time, I would suggest dioramas. Make a couple little dioramas that exercise certain things. Definitely hit me up on Discord, and we can discuss that further, just because I need to see your portfolio. I need to see where you're at in your quality and what's missing or what you have too much of. Yeah, so there's a couple factors into it, but definitely just ping me on the Discord and we can on it Tay Discord and we can chat about it. Yes. Oh snap. Tears a video. So, yeah, man. So see these edges here? They don't do it in the game, but I would definitely add little rocks in there just to break up that edge so it's not so harsh. And don't be afraid to push the sand up against it as well, kind of like skirting up it. Putting rocks in that as well. It really shows like the interaction between two materials. Goggles, what's up, man? How you doing? Dude, tie-dye, thanks a lot. Again, that's awesome of you. So you're doing hard cuts in your video where you go from one shot to the next. It's good that the cuts are, they don't start still and then move forward. What's up, Brav? Johnny Brav. They don't start still and then start moving, so that's good. The next thing I would think about is either doing a soft transition between the, like where you fade from one shot to the next, and then also thinking about, so this shot's going down, right? And then the next shot is going up. Thinking about where the eye is moving, and then if the next shot is going down or up, that they flow into each other. Like imagine if this shot was going the other way, was going up across the scene, and then went into this shot going up, and then it soft faded into it, and the camera movements are all at the same speed. Much more pleasing to the eye and less confusion from the viewer when they're trying to soak in all of the art you're showing them. But yeah, dude, pretty cool. Pretty cool recreation of it. It's exactly how I remember because now I know where this is. Oh, right. Got a prop here. Let's do, where are we at here? Hang on, I want to make sure I'm looking at the right person. Yes. All right, cool. I was wondering how I could improve my lighting. Does the textures look believable? Is it a good asset for a game-ready portfolio in terms of poly count presentation? Presentation looks pretty good. Dirtiness looks pretty good. Roughness range could be pretty nice. Like right now, everything is kind of equally dirty. Like if these were pretty shiny and then like a little bit of dust on the top, maybe in the crevices. The keep out tag is strange when it should be more like a caution pattern. Let's see. Okay, there's a wireframe. Yeah, wireframe looks pretty good. Yeah, this looks game ready for me, especially if it's first person, this is going to be pretty good. Let me see what it looks like up close here. I assume the textures are going to be a little low res in this viewport or in this viewer. Ooh, the shiny. Let it load in. Loading in. Okay, so I mean the roughness is much better in this viewer versus the screens above. The bloom is a little strong. This is a nice touch exposing some metal here. I expect maybe like these guys could be similar, and yeah, they kind of look similar. This is good. I love the dirtiness in here. The decals looks like you're baking them in. Is can I There it is. Get that default light in an angle where you're not seeing the banding. This stuff, super dangerous. And see, the shadows always make it more interesting, right? Man, this viewer is getting really nice. Dirtiness looks pretty good. Let's look at some of the base color. Nice. Not too dark. That's about as dark as I would go. Metalness. Okay. I'd maybe get some metal aspects on the missiles. So this is where I think it's, surprise guys, right? Roughness. This is where I think it is the weakest currently. And I think where you're hitting it really well right now is the grime affecting the roughness a lot. It's pretty cool. Getting some more range in there could be really nice. Primarily on element, like, see how dark this is, right? That's separating it out. You see how that's so reflective versus everything else? Getting more elements like that. Like, is this is doing it a little bit. I would like model this and kind of round it out, or get a normal on that kind of rounds it so that you get some highlights on there. Yeah, I mean, in general, I think this is really good. It just needs that roughness range. That range, you know what I'm saying? That range. This is nice. Maybe some welding could be good. It's weird to see these three. I would expect maybe like one here, or one large one here, or something like that. In general, this is pretty solid though. Why is my phone vibrating? What's happening here? All right, cool. Pretty cool though. What? No. Silence. Decals are mostly based off reference. Oh, right. I was going to say that actually about the decals. So decals, I would definitely like ones like this, and this one here, even the one on the fire extinguisher. Get those on a single texture sheet and place them with polygons and alpha cutout around the outside edge if you need to like break that up, or to get the edge to be more unique. And then place that geometry wise, because you're going to get much higher res decals, and that's exactly how most of the time we do that in games. Like even these with like an alpha cutout and the text just placed on there is going to work much cleaner than like relying on the resolution of a texture. But yeah, nice modeling. I really like this inside area here. I think if there was welding in this, oh man, that would look so sick. Either way, it's well executed. I think you take a pass on that roughness and it's totally acceptable for games. All right. Sorry, a little bright. It's a little bright, guys. So this scene has slowly been making progress. I really feel like, let's see if I can get a better angle. So the amount of detail and stuff going on here, especially from this angle, you see all that stuff going on. Like you need that level, like this back corner over here. Material wise, this feels untextured right now. And getting a breakup on the floor, it's still insanely dark. I'm not sure how you approach fixing that. Maybe putting a light up here. Man, that flashing, I'm sorry. Maybe putting a light up here that's shining down that highlights this area. I can't right now. So, yes, I think I'm getting the feeling that you're hesitating to add more information, or you're not sure how to do it. Just throw stuff in there, like, oh, maybe there's a chair out here, maybe a mattress, or someone's like extra trash cans, just debris everywhere, just stuff. Just throw it in there. Get the decals separated on these guys. That way you can break up, like, that's another reason you want to break up or separate the decals, is so that you can place them uniquely on a trash can. Scale, let's check out the scale here. I mean, the scale is looking better than last time. Much better, actually. Yeah. Yeah, scale is looking better. I think I just want more props. I want more stuff out there. That door is really interesting, and it's not really getting the light that it could. The door is tripping you out scale-wise. Well, I mean, that screen is really high up, and the screen being on the side of the door is kind of strange. Wow, Dodec. That's not how that works, man. That is not how that works. I mean, that looks like garbage, right? On the ground? Because that is garbage, dude. I'm just gonna like chill you for 120 seconds. Oh, blue with the eyes. Yes. So I think just getting the details in there, and think about what's on a sidewalk. You got like street lights, fire hydrant, what you got? Trash cans, a mailbox, or not a mailbox, like a newspaper dispenser thing. I always forget what they're called. Yeah, putting the screen on the wall could really help. Or like getting a light above that's illuminating the door more could really do some magic. Like, let's see. So let's take this angle here. We'll do this. Because there's details there. Oh, does it, see, does it slide open? I'm not even catching that right now. Let's do this. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, you can't really fake it. Damn it, I can't fake it. I'm thinking about the lighting. If you can get like a top light above going down. You also think too, like, because of that light, you're going to get a little bit of a hit on the ground, because that's super bright right now. See, the other thing too is, you think about it, the alley shouldn't be that dark in the center area, and it's like around the sides that it gets darker, right? Pulled your leg, didn't I? Dude, I don't know what you pulled. But it triggered me enough, I guess. So these barrier things, looking up the size of those barriers, I bet those barriers are smaller than they're supposed to be. Like, I bet these need to be larger. If I had to guess. They're probably longer. But yeah, you just got to start dumping stuff in there. Pipes that go up the wall, some like maybe a pipe that goes over this way, and like a maintenance light. Yeah, and I think that like breaking that wall up with the stuff I'm talking about would really help. So I wouldn't right now. I would not think about texturing. I would not think about. Don't think about the materials. Just think about the props you're missing and the details you want, like graffiti. If you know you want graffiti, don't do the graffiti yet, but just know that there's going to be graffiti here. Um, and then like block out everything else you're going to need, pipes and like more ladders. Maybe there's like a drain thing. I think that's a drain. Maybe. What is that? Or it's a puddle. I'm not. No, it's a drain. So that drain could be more reflective, so that it gets reaction from the lighting. Needs more wet newspapers. Some breakup on the ground, like these tiles all being the same color. Kind of break those up a little bit, just slightly different. Security camera, very good suggestion. Rocks, deep rocks. That's great, man. Thank you. This type of detail here. Get it like all that jazz. Little security camera ball thing here. That like who's this guy? He's standing in the doorway. No one can see me. No one can see me. Dude, someday I'm gonna reach back and this wall will be way further back than you think. I'm in a closet for anyone who doesn't know. I'm in a closet physically. Either way, I've given you a lot. I think adding a little extra geo on this edge, just kind of raising and lowering it a little bit, just so there's some breakup. Wow. The dumpster comment. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, snap. I love it. Jester buddy. Bookstore in Paris, based on a real place called the Abbey Bookstore. Want to finish it this weekend, so a last look would be nice. The ornaments over the door are still block out, and some of the props need a texture pass. I like the way you think. Nice. Needs a little Maru in the scene. Oh my god, it does. It does. So these details up here feel a little stretched. These details look like they don't have normal maps, and they're supposed to. Let's see what else we got here. The breakup on the ground is pretty nice. I would, so see the ground dips right here? That's like, so as it rains, the water fills up in there and then kind of like drains off to the left or right. Correct? Like a little drainage ditch, a little tiny one. Abbey Bookstore. I like it. It's looking cool. It's looking really cool. Let's see here. So what I was going to say about the ground is you've got this the sewer drain lid thing here. I would lift that up a little bit or push it down a little bit just so there's some height and difference. Maru in Paris, great movie. Great movie, guys. Go watch it. I would take, I don't know how you've made the ground. Like maybe these are separate materials and are UV'd separately. But like taking all of those, maybe packing it into another UV set as one, and then doing a value and roughness pass of like showing where water goes, where the details run, like this little trough area thing here, probably be a little bit lighter if it's been dry for a while, because you get a little bit of, the ground gets dirty. There's dust and dirt, and when it rains, all that sediment, that dust and dirt gets wet, it drains into this, and then it runs down the street. Now, if it's not running too far, or it is kind of still and then just dries up, you get that buildup in there. So it's like relocating dust, if you want to call it that. So you get a nice little like light edge in there of just dustiness. Let's see what else I can pick here. I don't know what this is. It looks like maybe it's a sign and it just doesn't have any text on it yet. And this store feels like it's lacking something up here. Maybe in the reference that's different. So you might not need to do that. I think getting some AO on these elements, like I'd be curious to see what your AO looks like. Oh. And yeah. Yeah, up here. Martin, buddy, we're like on the same page or something. This is crazy. I like the little sign down here. But yeah, I would love to see some reference. And I think my favorite thing in here right now is probably the railing stuff up here for these bay windows. Super cool looking. Really like it. But yeah, watch out for the stretching of these details here. Look at like how to break up the ground a little bit. Maybe the road is a slightly different color from the sidewalk so that you get that separation. And then look at these details, maybe getting normal information on it and this sign or something here. Yeah, I need to see the reference. Oh, snap. Thanks for that follow. Shimmery Stone. You. Shimmery Stone, you. Oh, right. So in this one, Martin, buddy, wants some feedback on the materials and the roughness and lighting. It's pretty bright in here. I think lighting-wise, looks pretty good. I like the, I like that you took the feedback of unrolling some of these. Let's see here. I mean, you got detail normals on this stuff. I honestly, I don't know how you can take this further. These glow sticks hanging from the top look very strange to me. I think it could be more intriguing to tell a story with the glow sticks. Like a glow stick being on the sign, I want to be able to read that sign without a glow stick on it. Hey, Jester. Hey, Jesterhead. Hey. No problem, man. Thanks for showing us some amazing art. I think you should tell a story with those glow sticks versus like this space. Like, can you imagine if this hallway was dark and on the other side of the tarp, it looks like you might be doing it. On the other side of the tarp is like an emergency like light that passes by. Animate that and have it like diffuse through the plastic. And when it's not going by, it's quite dark in here, and the only thing illuminating the space are the glow sticks on the ground. I think you get a sick reaction from people if you had that. Like, oh man, it'd be really cool, I think. Because right now it feels very, very lit. Like, it's so lit that I know where to go, and there's nothing that's like bringing question to what I'm going through. Like seeing this warning sign, but with no glow stick on it, and maybe seeing it through the light passing around. Oh man, party's lit. I think it'd be pretty cool. In general, though, the assets look good. I think it's more about the presentation of the composition and the lighting, using the glow sticks to lead you through the space. I told you it was a quarantine rave club. It's so lit. Yeah, I think that would look really cool. Like straight up remove all the lighting and get a rotating light in there and just have it pass by every few seconds and just see what it looks like. And then lay some glow sticks out, because you'll see how dark it is. It's going to be dark. It's going to get a little creepy, a little eerie. I think it really set the mood for this scene. Anyways, hopefully that is helpful to you. Other than that, I think the assets look fine. Could be interesting if maybe one of these tubes has like fallen and is just kind of like cutting the path. Maybe. I don't know. Try some stuff out. Maru in the corner of the quarantine suit. That's amazing. All right. Got a sick piano. Looks like it's experiencing a little bit of crunchiness. Some post-processing, sharpening up those details. A little crunchier than probably should be. Those keys, though, like you can feel those keys. I would love to see some fingerprints on a few of these keys. Welcome back, Curious. How you doing? with a glow stick collar. Oh my god. Little quarantine bag on his back. Dude, I tell you what, man, that material, that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Oh, there's a warm energy drink. That's so good. So good. Dude, this is sick. Oh my god, the Lego pieces. All right, straight up Lego pieces. I like it. I love the addition of the Lego pieces, and like I feel like localizing them around a spot. I feel like I want to know where the kid was sitting for a majority of the time being here. So maybe pushing the chair back to here, putting a spot where there's like the little papers and the stuff, and you can tell like maybe the kid was chilling there. The bears to the side, and then maybe the Lego pieces are kind of around the kid. Now the reason I'm keep bringing up the Lego pieces is because, and this is gonna kill you. Once I point this out, you're gonna not be able to unsee this. The spacing. Pay attention to that spacing because, I mean, you can almost argue that the spacing is that. And then this. Pay attention to your spacing because they're all very equally spaced out. Oh, they are Duplo. Not Lego. Jeez. Can you just be European already? Gosh. Like, I don't know what's going on. The shout out to me on Stay the Game? No. Get out of here, man. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out later. Dude, this is so you see what I'm talking about with like we got some constellation action going on here. Just keep an eye on that spacing because it's very even right now. It's very, very even. Emoji agent? Oh no, I gotta do it. Oh no. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen to me. All right, I'll figure something out. All right. Lasto, Arresto, and then actually, okay, we got Leo Luck as well, and let's see here. Okay, so we got Leo Lux after this one. Tap Crush. What's going on, man? 3D Hype? How you doing? So we got this one to review, one more, and then it is time for the stream to sadly end, but we will be back on Monday to work on the Vine action for the Temple Head. I'll show you the Temple Head before I get out of here as well. So this looks pretty cool. Let's see, Vincent, add red shield, flags, walls. Wait, am I viewing the right one? Hang on here. Yes, okay, cool. Break up the grass, a few more pieces of foliage, water finish, porticles, gatehouse. Maybe replace the rocks with some squarish ones. All right, so let's look at this. I mean, I would look at the roughness of this. It's a little like poop glossy right now, and it needs to be more diffused, like kind of powdery. Chillin' rigging Cthulhu, a Cthulhu creature. That sounds terrifying. Are you having fun doing that? I would be freaking out the whole time I'm trying to rig a Cthulhu character. I mean, I don't know. I agree with you talking about working on the rocks a little bit. I think the wall could use some contextual grime work. Like I see a little bit here and maybe it needs a little bit here. I don't really have too much to say on this right now. I think the camera angle isn't interesting enough. I think this angle is pretty cool. Uh, let's see what this one's interesting, but then you're missing out on the water. You think about the camera angles that people see in real life are higher than this, right? Not as interesting. Um, so at eye level, not as interesting, but too low blocks the view, and too high causes a lot of problems. These could definitely have some more geometry. You could definitely round those out, maybe double the amount in sides. Um, hmm. Yeah, and the building in the back just feels really sterile. Like there's not a lot of stuff happening to the material. This is a tough one. The grass in between the rocks and stuff here doesn't really feel right with me. I think clearing that out a little bit more would probably be best. And leaving the grass more to the sides. That way there's more of a clear path. There's some weird stuff going on with the tree here. Is that... Hang on, what am I seeing there? I'm like zooming in the worst way possible. This stuff here. Check that out. This tree thickness is insane. That might actually be more accurate if you brought it more over here. And it would open up the scene a little bit more. Then you could bring some of the smaller foliage forward. But I'm having a hard time getting a lay of the land, I think. Like, compositionally, it's kind of difficult. Currently. Like, I need a focal point. Like, this one, I guess, is the path, but the path is kind of covered up. This one's the water, but, like, the angle is really low, and I think that's a bridge back there. But it's dark. I'm not sure. Mr. South Stands, what's up, man? How you doing? Trees look pretty good. I think the trunk, though, is a little intense. It's very straight and is pretty thick the entire way up. I would look into what you can do about that. I take it those are made in Speed Tree. And yeah, maybe adding some nails to the beams would be good. Just getting them to hold together better, or ropes tying them all together. Okay, let's look at Leo Luck's stuff. So he's like, old version, need recommendations for on design. Sorry, writing from phone. Oh man, at least you got the image out. There we go. Okay, so need recommendations on design. Sorry, writing on phone. So, holy crap, I just realized the scale. I'm like, what, do you stand here? No. No, you stand up here, and you're this tall. Yeah, that's tough. I'm not sure. That is a pirate steering wheel, though. I can see that. Yeah, curious. You're right on the fence. More geo for sure. For show. Maybe let's see here. Let's just go nuts on this, and then I'll get out of here. That piano is well executed, by the way. So I think maybe if there was like, whoops. Let's just do. Maybe if there was the banners here, right? Oh, so good. Oh, yeah. Getting it. There it is. Yes. Oh, what have I done? Banners there, maybe. Let's see here. Maybe a smaller banner here and here. Just like you're thinking about all the lead up to the front of the front deck, you know? Like, I guess you can walk this way and then go down these stairs and then you're in here. Or you can go up this and then go this way. I'm not sure. Think about the way that everything works together and interacts with each other, and how you can utilize the space. Banners, gotta love them. Think about functionality, and that will probably answer most things. Like this is a walkway, I take it. It goes through here, and it goes through here, and it just keeps going. That makes me wonder, what is this? Is this vent? Is this ventilation? It must be really thin, and then it just goes up like that. Thinking. So maybe some more like pipes up here. Like having this open and just having a bunch of pipes going through it could be pretty interesting. And then maybe if those pipes were like going this way towards the front, and then they just turned and went other directions and other locations, could be intriguing looking. I think a lot of the focus is going to be right here, and making sure that everything points at that is going to be important. This design of this skull thing is going to be important as well. Let's see here. But yeah. Yeah, when the scale gets much larger, you got to make sure that the details maintain the correct dimensional scale for what they actually are. So think about those details. Where do they put their trash? Like, what if this guy sneezes, right? And he's got his little tissue, and then he, what's up, turtle? How you doing? Sees he's in his little tissue. Where's he gonna put that? Is there like, think about trash cans. Think about where they get in their water. Think about maybe, so there's a doorway here. Maybe bring the door more forward here. Makes more sense. It's like, it goes like this. So maybe having the door here instead, that way it's more visible to the viewer. And then maybe you need some text or signage or decal patterns that tell you like, oh, this is deck 1, and this goes to deck 3, and barracks is over there, and all those little details will get you there, I think. This is a difficult one though, definitely. And see, the downside with putting this banner here is this angle makes it block that. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful those. Oh, I need to update my substance painter. All right, I'm going to show you guys the head thing. Is it this one? Eyes test? I have no idea. What is that one? And then I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, it is. Cool. Hey, guy. Hey, eyes. Whoa. So we got this all baked out on Saturday. Let's go ahead and look at that's the unwrap. So what we're actually most interested in is these masks. These are the things we're probably going to be bringing over. And then we'll utilize those to power where certain things come through. And we'll use a lot of tilables. So stay tuned. I think Monday we will be looking at that. And it'll be in Unity if you're curious. So you can see how to make something look decent in Unity. Whoa. So you can remember too, the resolution here. See how low res that is, right? Remember what we'll get it to look like with the new, with tiling and using masks to interpolate between these materials. It's going to be key in getting the resolution to maintain. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for the tips. Tie-dye, thank you very much again. Thank you for the follows. Dallas, thank you for the 10 bits. Bronson, again, for the 22 followers. Amond, it's crazy you're following me now. I will see you guys later, and have a good weekend. It's transition time. Hello. All right, later, guys. Also, don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't joined already. You can hang out with all of us. And all you YouTube peoples, feel free to comment. Got anything to say? Something you want to see? Let me know. Got a question? Throw it down. I'll answer. Have a good weekend. Dang, that music timing, though.